Look for some slower traffic on I-40 now, especially if you're coming through in the evening or if you're in Knoxville for the evening and heading back to Sevier County. You're going to find things a bit slow with construction, and that's usually between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. on 40, anywhere from 640 to James White Parkway, usually in the eastbound lanes. We can't rule out some construction in the westbound lanes as well. Look for some slowdowns on the spur and the usual spots here in Sevier County itself, and also the trail closure. That is the Trillium Gap Road, or trail I should say, and that's going to be closed, and that does cut off the access to Grotto Falls, at least during the week, Monday through Thursday. Now, of course, they do keep that open on the weekend for your enjoyment. Now, Cades Cove Loop Road, of course, is going to be busier and busier as we get further into the fall season. That's your look at traffic. Let's see what Kira and Savannah are up to this morning.
Thanks for watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel. I'm Frank Murphy with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. It is Wednesday. It is October 9th, and we are ready to talk more about things to do in and around the Smoky Mountains, because seriously, fall, everybody wants to come to the Smokies, me included. But I'm already here. Never mind.
We're here.
But I want to be where I am because there's stuff.
Well, we're visiting today. We're visiting the Smoky Mountains.
We
love it.
exactly. Well, yeah. Even those of us who live here, we visit the mountains.
Yes. Absolutely. It's a nice staycation. In fact, I'm doing that this week, actually.
Nice.
Because I'm actually off from my other job
cool.
this week, and then my wife will be having fall break, I should say.
Yeah.
So we might be taking advantage of some of our ticket deals, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll tell you more about that.
Can
in
I
a little
tag
bit.
along? Because my wife left town. She's also on fall break.
Yeah.
And she's split. She went to visit her sisters.
She is coming back, though.
Yeah. She's coming back Friday, so we can go to something.
Yes.
Casey and the not Casey and the Sunshine Band. We already went to that. The Neil Diamond tribute show at the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra is on is Friday night.
All right. Very cool.
So and I'm introducing the concert.
I might have to go to that.
Please do. It's Super Diamond with the Surreal Neil.
Super Diamond.
But anyway, moving on. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, as we know, it's been kind of dry around here lately.
Oh, yeah.
The last few months.
Except for my back, which is soaking wet with sweat right now.
Yes, we didn't say in the studio, but
yeah.
But outside, and we have burn bans that are still in effect. Even when we have the occasional rain, it's not helping as much as we need to. And it's just interesting. We had the flooding at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then
back in February, we thought we were living at the ocean.
Really? Yes. And well, it has been dry, like we said, and with the burn bans in many places, Cereal Pigeon Forge, also backcountry campgrounds, and some of the rest of the national park, you want to be very careful and make sure you follow that burn ban. We don't want to start anything like has happened before with the wildfires or even a small fire.
You know, I heard one of the Smokey Bear type commercials, and it was like the guy Patrick Warburton was the character, and he was the ranger on this radio commercial. And he's talking about, the normal fire safety tips. But at the end, they cut to an older tape of the Smokey Bear voice. And it was great to hear the original, only you can prevent forest fires, And it made me happy.
I love Smokey
But
Bear.
it's true. if we want to look right, you look right at everyone look right at the camera, and we're all going to go, only you can prevent forest fires.
You do that so well.
Well, it's the radio guy the original voice of Smokey Bear was a radio guy in Washington, D.C., Jackson Weaver.
Oh,
So I'm thinking of him, actually.
Wow, he does
I'm not
it.
thinking of Smokey Bear. I'm thinking of the actual guy who was the VO artist.
Oh, well, being from up north,
Yeah.
people who associate Smokey Bear with just the Smoky Mountains. I mean, I grew up with Smokey Bear.
Oh yeah, he lived in Washington D.C. We talked about
loved
this
it.
on an episode months ago,
Yeah.
where when I was a kid, my parents took us from New York to Washington to the National Zoo, and there was the original bear cub who was named Smokey because they found him in New Mexico, and a forest fire was saved, and he lived for like 50 more years in the National Zoo.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. It's a west, and of course, having lived in California, we had fires kind of on a regular basis
Oh,
out there.
yeah.
You had more fires than earthquakes in the time that I lived in California. So,
Absolutely. Now, they opened the corn mazes a couple weeks ago.
yes.
And it was still pretty hot then at the time
Yeah.
with temperatures in the 90s, and they're kind of struggling with that a little bit. And of course, the dry conditions doesn't help that, but you can definitely go to Kiker Corn Maze. They are open for their daytime, which is more of the family friendly than
Yeah.
the haunted corn
Yes.
maze thing they do.
Oh yeah, yeah. You go during the day and you just kind of find your way through the maze. You go at night and the zombies jump out at you.
The four of us should be like, "Ooh," they'll be like,
I don't know if the corn stalks are so dry, you're going to hear the zombies coming. So you hear,
oh yeah.
oh, here come more zombies, everybody.
We know they're coming.
You can't get through those without making noise. My dad used to grow corn out on a dry summer day or out, late in the summer. You try to walk through it. There's no way.
But it is so much fun.
It is
I mean,
fun.
I love running through cornfields. I did it when I was a kid. 'Cause I'm
Yeah?
from up north, and I had a cornfield in the backyard. We used to make forts and
Yeah,
cut out
wow.
and maze. It was just wonderful.
Right.
They didn't have corn mazes up there that I remember, and I come down here, and now it's a big thing.
Uh-huh.
I just thought it was neat.
No, it's cool. I mean, I grew up on a street that was narrower than this desk. It felt like it. Now when I go back, I can't. I didn't realize how crowded everything was in my old neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
In the suburbs. All right, well, let's save whatever you got, because we've got more coming up on the show. As I want to give the plug for Morning in the Mountain and our Morning in the Mountains and our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals, 865-978-1152. Do call our concierge service. Let us save you money on tickets, and let us, hello, and let us pass the savings along to you. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Robert Hohenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. We'll be back with more coming right up. Thank you for watching Mountain Fun Life. This is Morning in the Mountains, and hi, I'm Frank Murphy. This segment, we're talking with Dave Jones, who is the East Tennessee Division Manager for the State of Tennessee's Department of Tourist Development. Hi, Dave. Welcome.
Well, when you say fun in the Smokies, I know I'm in the right place, right?
Exactly right. Because we all love, even those of us who are blessed to live in East Tennessee, love spending time on our staycation. I've done it myself multiple times, including this past summer with my grandkids, and come to the Smoky Mountain area to experience fun stuff. So let's talk about, obviously the impact of tourism on the economy is huge. This is especially Sevier County, really is a service industry market.
It really is, and of course, tourism is the number 2 industry in the state of Tennessee, and we continue to see that grow. It's actually now, based on expenditures, a $22 billion industry.
Wow.
So that doesn't necessarily translate, it does translate to visitation, but for instance, this is where you spend the money. So
Yes.
Sevier County is a great opportunity to go into the mountains, enjoy that, but come back and spend money
Right.
with the businesses in the area.
Because as lovely as the mountains are after dark,
Unless you're a camper, but certainly it provides and has proven to be a great family destination,
Right.
not just for children and parents, but also it's multi-generational.
Oh, sure.
So this is where you bring your grandparents and
Absolutely.
you go to those attractions
My-
and you do it all at one time.
My in-laws honeymooned in Gatlinburg
Right.
I mean, and that was obviously a long time ago because
Sure.
they're my wife's parents and
Yeah.
they're passed away.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was where they went back in the, I guess, in the 30s.
Well, there's just plenty to do that all of those generations can enjoy
Yeah.
at one time, like a Dollywood, like a Anarchista, or you can split up and somebody can go shopping and the others can go look at knives. I mean, it's
Sure.
yeah.
And we've done that with my family too.
Of course,
Exactly.
shopping is a big reason to come to an area like this.
Right.
And so
when-
we like that.
Now, Tennessee Vacation is the website, tnvacation.com.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And we're looking at it behind us.
Oh,
and
good.
obviously you guys were part of the great documentary with Ken Burns.
Country music, and they're anticipating that whole segment will get about 40 million eyes.
Wow.
By the time they do this one, and then they'll re-show it, it goes into Europe. It'll eventually go to Canada.
And you can watch it on demand
And
if
you can
you've
watch
got
it
the
on
passport
demand.
like my wife and I
Yeah,
have.
and Frank, the great thing about that was that when we looked at it ahead of time, we saw that basically 60% or more of the content
Yeah.
really happened in Tennessee.
Sure, you've got the cradle of country music in Bristol.
Right.
I mean, or I guess that's the birthplace.
Right.
And then Knoxville is the cradle.
Right.
And then, well, Nashville.
Well, well, and Memphis as well because
Sure.
of Johnny. I mean, I was surprised how much of Johnny Cash was in that
Nice,
within that
yeah.
program. But when you look at just Sevier County, of course, you got the Dolly statue
Yes.
in Sevierville by the courthouse. You've got the Gatlinburg Inn, where the Bryants, who are fabulous songwriters.
Yes.
And there's a big article or story about that in the documentary. They were there, and that's where they wrote Rocky Top.
Of course.
And you actually can go to the Gatlinburg Inn, and if there's no one in there, they'll take you to the room.
Nice.
Or you can make reservations for that room and stay where the Bryants stayed. So
Right.
there's
and
all
order
kinds
your
of connections.
corn in a jar.
Yeah, in fact, we're doing we have a website now called TN Music Pathways.
Oh, that's nice.
Which actually we have connected the dots of the Ken Burns
course,
documentary.
yeah.
So go there, and if you look at it, you can find everything that was featured,
Yeah.
every story, and we'll show you how to find that on your vacation.
Excellent. Well, that is a fun way and a great thing to do when you're in and around the
Yeah.
Smoky Mountains, because we're into leaf looking season.
Yep.
And that's an opportunity where you want to maybe get some height. You want to go up into some of the higher reaches, the various, whether it be the zip lines or the sky lifts, or just
Right.
go up to the top of a mountain and look down.
We're very fortunate to live in Tennessee because we have mountains on both sides of East Tennessee.
yeah.
You've got the Plateau, and then you've got the Smokies and the Cherokee Forest. So you can either be in the valleys or you can be in the mountains. A lot of places to go and visit. And you mentioned some of those attractions. We have something also that I think is very special. We came out with what we call a colorblind viewer, because a large percentage of people, I don't know what the numbers are, but people that come to the Smokies, they're colorblind. So they're what's
kidding.
called red-green deficient. So we took, you remember the glasses you see on social media, they
Yeah,
put
yeah.
the glasses on, and for the first time they see color, right?
You've got
We took
those.
those lenses
Yeah.
and put them in viewers, and we have 12 or 13 of
kidding.
those across the state, so people can experience
I had
color
no
for the
idea
first
there were
time.
that many people who are colorblind.
It's an amazing number. And
And I
so
put them
that's
on my dog.
I don't know.
I don't have a dog, but if I had a dog, could I put my...
Well, you probably couldn't hold him up to the viewer. You might be a really nice guy, Frank, and buy him some glasses.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Jones, what a pleasure visiting with you. Hope you'll join us again very, very soon.
Love to. Thanks for promoting Tennessee.
TNVacation.com is the website, and I hope you're enjoying the program. You're watching Morning in the Mountains. Dave Jones from TN Vacation. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be back with more coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
How do we turn moments into memories? Those moments where the right people are right beside you. And the anticipation of reaching the top makes you feel like a kid again. Where the only arguments are who goes first. And trying something new never gets old. Visit us at Anarchista, where there's magic in the mountains.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains, and this is the Mountain Fun Life channel with a quick look at your weather forecast. And we've had some relief from the constant 90s, 95s, 100-degree type temperatures in the Smoky Mountains that we've had the last few weeks. And pleasant week today, temperatures in the 70s pretty much all week long, warming up a little bit by the end of the weekend, but at least we can open the windows. And if you're staying in the Smoky Mountains, staying in the cabin, great time to sit on the deck and if you can't open the windows at your cabin, you can do that as well, and just a very nice night. Even a little chillier if you are in the upper elevations as well. So you can find temperatures in the 50s and 60s there. But here near the attractions, we'll have temperatures in the low to mid 70s and pretty much the rest of the week. That's a look at the weather. I'm Brad Lovett. This is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
Whether you've had an automobile accident or someone in your family has been affected by another person's negligence, your case deserves to be heard. Marcos Garza will fight for your rights. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
It is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. We got lots more still to come. Thank you for liking and sharing us. You can find us on YouTube, Roku, and of course on Facebook. And we're building up those Facebook likes higher and higher each day, thanks to viewers like you who are sharing the word and helping us out. That keep us going. Robert Owenby is here. Jim Johnson is here. Brad Lovett is here. I'm Frank Murphy. Let's talk about things we can talk about in the Smoky Mountains. Really, that's all it is. This is just chat. Let's be honest. We're just chatting about the Smokies.
Yes. And we have a new bridge in Dandridge.
Oh, yeah?
And that bridge was dedicated at the end of September. And that is the bridge that sits over Douglas Lake.
Ah.
So if you're heading that direction, I've been on that bridge, a lot of us have. And
Douglas
that bridge,
Lake's pretty big.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say the whole.
Oh, okay. Just the part over by Dandridge.
Yes, right.
Okay.
That'd be a long bridge.
Yeah, huge.
That it wouldn't be bigger than the bridge going to Key West or anything. But it would be a pretty big bridge.
Yeah.
But that bridge was a connection between several communities, and people south of the lake had to drive some extra time to access the next closest bridge.
I see.
While that bridge was out, and it was actually taken out of service in 2017.
Oh, finally it's back, almost 2 years later.
So
Yeah.
it's back, and so you'll be able to do that. That bridge was replaced with a new 52-foot wide steel bridge. Now that has
Is that a double wide?
It's double wide.
Okay.
Yes.
Double wide.
It has two 12-foot travel lanes.
Yeah.
And somebody measured that. It was not me.
Yeah.
10-foot shoulders and a 5-foot sidewalk, and that's a much wider area of traffic. Also, some pedestrian ability to walk across the bridge. That's always a good thing.
This sounds like a press release from Mark Nagy at TDOT. I mean, he's the kind of guy who would go out there. I'm talking to you, Mark Nagy. He's the guy who's very active on Twitter, too. He would absolutely know the width of all the lanes. Yeah.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah. He was a former sportscaster, so he
Yes.
loves statistics and all this kind of stuff. This is right up his alley. Or bridge.
So enjoy that when you're in the area. And of course, Douglas Lake, great place to be. And
Great
I think
boating
it's-
on Douglas Lake.
Yes, I
Fun.
think you still can rent boats even this late in the year.
Nice.
And did that a couple summers ago. And I do not ever want the hassle of owning a boat, but renting one a couple times a year,
Yeah.
love that.
Or finding good friends that have boats.
Well,
because
when,
it is fun.
you know,
I went out just a couple weeks ago. The water is cold.
But it depends what lake you're in, though. I think Norris Lake is a little warmer than the one you were in.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Which one were you in? Lake Shrinkage?
Yeah, well, the water had to have been 50 degrees. I don't know.
Come on.
It's the coldest
Norris-
water I've ever jumped in. I
Norris
felt like
is
I was
deeper.
taking.
Oh, that's why it
it's
stays
deeper.
warmer longer in the season? Okay.
Probably.
It's
yeah.
a lake
It is
outside.
deeper.
It's the lake that runs right by the tail of the dragon. That's where we were at, right by that dam. And I'm not sure what that dam's called. What is
Fontana.
that?
Fontana?
Fontana?
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's a good one.
That water was so cold.
Fontana Dam is the highest elevation dam in the TVA system.
Yes, but it was a blast. We had a great time
If
out
you
there.
say so.
I went there and there's a sign.
okay.
It's one of those things.
I thought it was on a film strip sometime, you know.
Yes. Oh, we could totally make a film strip.
Yes.
All right. So they built a bridge.
They built a bridge, so we have that.
It's good that you don't have to swim across it because that water is cold. I'm just saying.
It'd be cold, especially your employer would frown on that if you're driving to work. But
Yeah.
if you have an employer or need one, this is a good place. Sevier County now had, at least as of the summer, the lowest unemployment rate in the state. And summer, of course, is usually a time when everything's in full swing. Although
Yeah.
we're more of a year-round destination now.
Yeah. I mean, we used to talk about there being a quote unquote off season in March. But February, March. But when you go up to Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, you see plenty of people taking the moonshine tours and doing all the stuff, especially on weekends. You know? Yeah.
Where we had just a little bit of snow, and we just drove up to Gatlinburg one day, and it was packed. It was
Yeah, off season
January.
for Splash Country is on season for Obergallenberg.
Right.
You know, yeah.
February is still the
Sit-
slowest month, but it's still busy.
I bet the change starts to change even more though.
Yes.
Yeah, with shows like this.
Well, it has no choice but
Yeah.
to improve.
Yeah.
Anyway, unemployment rate in Sevier County was just 2.5% this summer, and that's point below Tennessee's average unemployment rate of 3.5. And that's almost full employment, but it does mean, of course, jobs to fill. And from time to time, folks will ask about, what if I wanted to move to Pigeon Forge or to this area? Of course, you do need to do your research and your homework. I would still not come here without a job.
Yeah.
Even though I did when I did come today. That issue is being addressed by new housing going up. As we told you last week, 3,000 new apartments and 300 new houses are in the planning or construction stages.
Excellent.
So we're trying to get everybody fully employed who isn't already, and also give people a place to live so they aren't having to drive in from Danbridge or from Newport or Crossville, whatever.
Oh yeah, all around. All right. Well, that is good news for all of us who want to, make this vacation a permanent destination here in and around the Smoky Mountains. We'll also save you money when you're doing touristy stuff, and you can be a local and still take advantage of our Mountain Fun Life best deals. Call 865-978-1152, or if you're local, 978-1152, and save money on tickets to all of the great things that we have to offer. Ask our concierge service what we've got, what kind of deals we've got. There's always new ones being added at 865-978-1152. We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Thank you for watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. We're talking sports and leisure because we decided that the other day that it's like the category on Trivial Pursuit because we can talk about anything. Board games. You got any news about board games, Jim Johnson?
I love playing Monopoly. It doesn't even have to do with sports, but
Well, it would be if you're playing Trivial Pursuit. A Monopoly question would be on the green, sports and leisure.
those are probably, I do like answering those questions. Or movies and theater.
Yeah, that's where I go
like
first.
those
I try to get the entertainment. Right. I haven't played
Interesting.
Trivial Pursuit in so long because nobody will ever play with me.
What is your favorite category in Trivial Pursuit? Please tell us.
Yeah, was it entertainment, the pink ones? Actually, you know what? My first Trivial Pursuit game, I won in a radio contest.
How fun is that?
It was easy. I called up. I knew the answer. I'm like, how could you not know this? I was the only winner, only person who knew the answer.
Oh, that's great. I won one thing one time in a trivial game. It was something to do with Howdy Doody, and nobody knew about Howdy Doody. And I was like, what sounded like Howdy Doody? And
That's
sure enough,
even if you weren't
you're a
like
winner.
you and I were not born when Howdy Doody was on, but we were studied communications. That's TV history. You have to
is.
know about Clarabelle the Clown, a.k.a. Bob Keeshan,
I can go
a.k.a.
back.
Captain Kangaroo.
It's Howdy Doody. Everybody knows Howdy Doody.
I don't think so. I think
Well,
you'd be
our
surprised.
age maybe. I think
Now, if
people
you
our
go
age know.
and interview the guy from River Media, you know who I'm talking about. He started it. Worked on the old Howdy Doody show when he was a kid.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah,
I know
I'll give
that.
you a minute to
Yeah.
think of his name.
Bagwell?
Yep,
No.
Ross Bagwell.
Yeah, Ross Bagwell.
He's got a Howdy Doody and in this case, this display case in his office.
I just think history, television history to me, I think is really super cool.
All right. Well, let's talk
We
about
got kind of
sports.
off track.
That's leisure. Now sports.
Now sports. Well, Knoxville Ice Bears are having their first exhibition game.
That's just a fancy word for preseason.
Preseason, yes,
That's all it
true.
is.
But they're having it on Friday, October 11th
Ah,
against the Huntsville Havoc.
Havoc.
Huntsville Havoc.
great names. I love minor league baseball and hockey names. I love them, love them, love them.
Now, to me, I love hockey games, especially over at the Ice Bears. It's wonderful.
Yeah?
Every time I go, I got to be on the glass because I got to
Yeah.
hit the glass. And
I got to go drop the puck at one of the very last games, which actually was this year. It was in the spring of this year. One of the very last games of the season. I was invited to be the celebrity puck dropper.
puck dropper.
And it was a great experience, but I didn't have anybody to go to the game with me. So I went home.
Oh, I would have been there with you, buddy.
See, we got to do it
I've been
again.
there.
We will I'll make the calls. We will set it all up again.
We could have a blast. Commentary
We
at
will
the hockey game. would
Drop
be-
the puck and then hang out.
Well, I won Chuck-a-Puck one time. I threw the Chuck-a-Puck, put the puck, chucked it because you do it for
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Charity.
Do
Yes.
they use hard pucks?
No, they're soft, foamy pucks, but they put, I think, 5 different circles.
'Cause I got a hard puck.
And you did because you were dropping an actual
was-
puck they played the game with.
It was frozen. They freeze the pucks
Yeah. Well,
before they use them.
this
Yeah.
this is definitely
had
foam
to-
puck, kind of like a Nerf puck.
They let me keep the puck, though. I thought, why don't you went to all this trouble to freeze it. Why wouldn't you go ahead and play with it? I dropped it. Go ahead and they're like, no, that was, you get to keep that
That
one.
one's yours.
That was
That
all
one's
right.
yours.
Thank you. And
It's
then
a lot
they-
of fun.
Yeah.
I love going. Usually go a couple times a year. This year we'll have to go more often and maybe do a nice little segment inside of one of the boxes. I think would be great.
Sounds like a plan.
Well, their actual games start up on Friday, October 18th, where they play Fayetteville Marksmen.
Oh.
Well, they play. No, I'm sorry.
The Evansville
My mistake.
Thunderbolts, it
The
says there.
Evansville Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Are on Friday, October 18th, and the Fayetteville Marksmen are 10/25, October 25th. October 25th, which is
That's a
getting
Friday,
right around Fright Night Fun.
And I'm just looking at my calendar going, oh, that's the Neil Diamond.
Weekend I'll be-
That's the Neil Diamond at the Symphony. Oh, that's the night I'm hosting the Haiti benefit for some people in Haiti on the 18th. Then on the 25th, I think that's Knoxville Opera's Madame Butterfly.
Oh, my Lord,
No
yes.
wonder I'm so good at the other categories of Trivial Pursuit.
Yep.
All right, we better go.
That night right there, you're absolutely right, on 10/25 is the Knoxville Opera, because I've got to be there to shoot it.
Yes, you are the official videographer, cameraman of Knoxville Opera. Fantastic. All right.
I love the opera, so it's
They do a good job. That's a sport. That's an exercise. You talk to Richard Troxel about the amount of energy it takes to fill a full theater with no amplification.
It is amazing.
That's why they need a day of rest in between.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
All right. Dr. Sharon Lord, maybe you can hook me up with tickets. I need some. We'll be right back. She's the sponsor of that particular opera. We'll be right back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Brad Lovett, Jim Johnson, I'm Frank Murphy, this is Robert Owenby, and I'm congratulating myself right now for making it through yet another Wednesday without using the H word. So that just bugs me. I don't know why that bugs me so much. Maybe it's because we work 7 days a week around here.
There's no H day in our lives, folks.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, liking, and sharing us and helping us grow the channel with viewership and everything else that we got going on. And we're also always looking for places to come and visit. If you've got a specific place in the Smoky Mountains that you say, hey, you guys should go take the cameras and report on that because you want to watch about it, we'd love to hear from you as well. You can always call us at 865-978-1152. For Brad Lovett, Jim Johnson, and Robert Owenby, I'm Frank Murphy. We'll talk to you tomorrow.